heard your cries, Guggen Nation, but too much of a good thing is bad for your health. So we're only doing this once a week. Buckle up, baby. It's time for ETN. Brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
Oh, that music can mean one thing and one thing only. Blood feud continues.
Oh,
It's time to fight.
got a Zach attack here on line 2. Will be our guest
yeah.
judge. Hello,
Yeah.
Zach. Good morning.
What up, Zach?
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing awesome.
Good.
What's Zach taking home, Beef?
Zach, for his efforts
Payola
today,
has begun. Here is the first step.
Zach, for his efforts today, is going to go home with a pair of tickets to the Wawa 250. That's Friday, Aug 27 down at Daytona. And don't forget, you can text the keyword Coke right now to 641-1010 and be entered for a chance to win a pair of tickets into the Coke Zero Sugar 400
Heck
that
yeah.
Saturday night.
Zach, you know
Double
how the
dip.
game's played, right?
Yes, sir. Let's brawl.
All right.
Nice. I like it.
Round one.
I like it. Round one, guys. Look, over the weekend, Dan, you said it took damn near an eternity, but the Hall of Fame class of 20 and 21 was inducted. That paves the road for 22, where we think our guy Big Bo will get in. I was looking at the first-time eligible guys for the Hall of Fame in 22, so I'm going to give you 5 names, and I just want you to tell me who's got the best shot of cracking Canton on the first attempt.
Okay.
There's a trio of wideouts. Steve Smith, Andre Johnson, Anquan Bolden.
Okay.
Also a defensive specialist, DeMarcus Ware, and America's favorite special teamer, Devin Hester.
Okay. I'm sorry. That one is way too easy. That one's a no-brainer. DeMarcus Ware, 1,000,000% is a lot more Hall of Fame worthy than any of those guys. The receivers are all great. They might all get there. It's too hard to differentiate. I put those 3 guys' numbers up in the 6 o'clock hour. And if you ask Joe Football fan who had more catches, Andre Johnson or Steve Smith, they're going to get it half and half. Who had more touchdowns? They're the same guy. I don't know how. Those guys got their work cut out for them at this receiver position. There's a group of 8 guys here within 1,500 yards of each other, real similar numbers. But DeMarcus Ware was just an absolute terror. I mean, with Dallas and then with Denver, he goes right in first time.
Well, not so fast, my friend. Listen, DeMarcus Ware's a good player. He's a great player. He'll be a Hall of Famer one day. He's 9th all-time in sacks. But guess who's 9th all-time in receptions? Anquan Bolden. Guess who's 9th or 11th all-time in receptions? Andre Johnson. Guess who's 12th all-time in receptions? Steve Smith. They're the same as DeMarcus Ware. So have fun with that debate, boys, as you go back and forth. Listen, Anquan Bolden, to me, is a tremendous story. And it's the Pro Football Hall of Fame, but what he was able to do from high school at Pahokee, at Florida State, where he had to switch over and play quarterback in a major bowl game, to go and get drafted and set NFL rookie receiving records. That's a guy I would dive into as well. So I think it's wide open, man, for those guys. If there's any who are going to go in on the first ballot.
Too much clutter at wide receiver. I agree with Jeff.
Round two.
Bolden has less yards than the other 2. That's how house receivers are tough, man. Mm-hmm. I think Hines Ward should be in, no?
They're all top 12, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, how do you put one over the other?
Well, you just pick one, and then next year you pick
Exactly.
another. And
but the thing is, the way the room works, me, you, and Beef are in there, we're all going to pick a different guy.
Yeah.
That's going to happen for a while, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Round 2, obviously a lot in the rumor mill churning surrounding C.J. Henderson right now. You guys both seem to think he's not long for Jacksonville, but based on talent and everything else that comes with it, what's realistic return on a C.J. Henderson trade at this stage?
Well, that's the problem. And again, what we know is what the rest of the league knows. And so going forward, it would be tough. That's why if the Saints were dissatisfied or Michael Thomas demanded a trade and you could somehow wrangle him and throw in a pick, you should run to the fax machine to send it into the league. I mean, otherwise, if you just the longer it goes on, and if CJ is CJ Henderson going to be out of practice today? Is he going to be, what's going to happen? The longer this thing goes on, the worse it gets for the Jags. So if you're going to move him, you want to move him as quickly as possible.
The Michael Thomas thing is really super intriguing. That would seem very high reward and very low risk if you're dealing 2 guys here that neither seem to be happy in their situation. The question that teams are going to have answered is how engaged with football is C.J. Henderson? Is he on the outs with the Jags or is he on the outs with the sport? And until we know that, it's hard to predict what you could get for him.
Winner Dan.
Round 3.
Round 3.
On the board.
You did it, Dan. Round 3. Another guy whose name has been constantly in trade rumors, seemingly for the last 9 to 11 years, it feels like. Deshaun Watson was back on the field yesterday at Texans camp after a 5-day absence. There's still a lot of speculation whether he'll be dealt before the season starts. So what say you? At this stage, with him back on the field, do you feel like Watson will take the week 1 snap in Houston, or will he be elsewhere?
Only the Houston Texans would be stupid enough to put Deshaun Watson out there and risk him getting injured and getting nothing for him. So, no, I don't see, unless these two sides come to a deal where Deshaun Watson says, yeah, I'm ride or die Texans for the next 10 years, then I guess depending on what the NFL does, you could see him. But I still think that Deshaun Watson is hell-bent and intent on leaving Houston. And if you're the Texans, you know this. And to get the kind of bounty you can get in return, you don't throw him out there and risk him getting injured.
What's the question, please?
Do you still feel like Watson will be dealt before the season starts, or is there any chance he's out there? Any quarterbacks again for the Houston Texans?
I think that he won't be dealt before the season starts because I think that the Texans general manager is dug in his heels on trying to get a heavy payload back, and we still haven't resolved the legal situation. I mean, that's just the bottom line. We have to wait and we have to see, and the Watson camp believes a grand jury ultimately will be inevitable, and if that occurs, then obviously there will be paid leave involved, and then he's not playing, and so why is a team going to wait for it? They can wait this out if you're another NFL team. Look, you've already have a plan here going forward, so for this season alone, Houston is sort of stuck with Deshaun Watson, but I don't think Deshaun Watson will be playing football for Houston, whether he's cleared or not this year or ever.
I agree with Jeff. It'd be stupid to risk it. Winner, Jeff.
Round 4.
Round 4. The seems like the dust has settled on NBA free agency, and the Lakers added a lot of old guys, including Carmelo Anthony. And people have thoughts on whether the Lakers are significantly better or not in 2021. So I'll ask you: are the Lakers a contender, a real contender, with these aged veterans they've added?
The Lakers will always be a contender as long as LeBron and AD are healthy. Once those guys get hurt or break down, they're sunk. None of the guys that they brought in are going to ever be able to offset any type of injury. If they have LeBron and AD, they're good. But as a long-suffering Knicks fan, good luck with Carmelo. You can paint any picture you want. Oh, Carmelo was better in Portland. Carmelo's old and has seen his best days by far. So. The only hope the Lakers have is AD, LeBron, both 100% when the postseason begins.
Was the question, are the Lakers going to be a contender? Was that the question? How was the question phrased?
Yeah,
they're a contender. Of course they are. We've got LeBron James, Anthony Davis. They added Russell Westbrook. Forget Carmelo. Sure, they got to stay healthy, but guess what? So do the Nets, right? We saw what happened to them. So do the Clippers, right? That could happen to anyone at this stage. I would suggest that LeBron James at 36 is in as good a shape as any 26-year-old in the league. So sure, they've got to stay healthy, but yeah, LeBron James and Anthony Davis and me, you, and Hick would be contenders.
Let's take it to 5, boys. Winner Dan.
Welcome to round 5, and prepare to die.
Wow.
Morbid.
Wow.
Here we go.
I'm just going to ask, it's just buy or sell. You guys are baseball fans. You guys love the sport. You've been paying attention to the odds, the MVP odds. There's been a dramatic shift in the MVP odds in the National League.
All right.
A dark horse has emerged in the MVP race in the National League, probably because there just isn't a clear runner behind Tatis.
Is it the guy in Philly?
The guy in Philly has gone from 150 to 1, guys. He's now at 4 to 1.
Harper?
That would be Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I'm buying. Sure, because here's why. Tatis is injured. He may not play the rest of the regular season. And if he doesn't and loses the last 2.5 months of the year, he's not going to win the MVP. It's just not enough time to do what you're doing. And the Phillies have surged. They're a popular hot story right now, and Bryce Harper is having a good year. So, yeah, sure. the forces come together for that to happen, right? I mean, Harper finally kind of realizes the being the initiative on a really good contending team. A lot of it will depend on how Philly rides it out. But sure, yeah, I buy that.
I'm not buying it at all. I'm selling it 100%. This guy has 45 RBI. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, he's hit 14 solo home runs. I mean, he hasn't had a moment this year. I mean, listen, he's going to have to have one heck of a 60-game finish here to the finish line. Tatis can sit out another 10 days, and come back. I'll give you 5 other names ahead of Bryce Harper, man. No, no. 14 solo home runs? No. Come on.
Well, I think you got to play to win the MVP, and Bryce Harper's playing, and I don't see anybody else. So, winner, Jeff.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you for seeing through. Appreciate
I mean, I read this one the whole way.
it. Hey, Zach.
Here's how it went.
Do you need to go on
Winner
hold?
Jeff, I love you. You're handsome, and I want to be on you.
He doesn't take it well.
This
What's
is a
wrong
great
with him?
answer. This is fantastic.
Zach, don't listen to him.
You're the
It's
best.
Jacksonville's nice guy.
All right,
You ready?
let's go to the next round.
Can I hang up on him and
Let's
spare
go to
him
the
this
next
beef?
round.
What's going on?
Yeah, good job, Zach. Lunch with Jeff later. He'll buy for you.
Oh, man. Takes it hard.
What a clown.
Takes it hard.
Get him out of here.
It's personal.
Are you kidding me?
I mean, aggressive. Mean.
Oh, Jeff.
It's mean spirit. Look
Oh,
at
Jeff, everything you say is just so warm and fuzzy. It's so warm and fuzzy. You're the best.
Smoothest
You're the
Tennessee
greatest.
whiskey. He tries to laugh it off, Beef. Those eyes are sparking anger. We'll be back, my friends. It's Catlin Truck Accessories Tuesday. Brownie time.